Hello, my fellow Nord brothers. Welcome to the council. Today we are discussing the matter of the best hold to live in inside of Skyrim. Let's not waste any more time as I am extremely busy. Starting off with Morthal. Now, why anyone would want to live here is beyond me. It's marshy and probably infested with bugs. Not to mention there's nothing to do in Morthal. Let's be real, the only reason you are visiting Morthal is to cure yourself of the vampiric disease. Oh yeah, and one more thing. You will find inside the hold of Morthal a burned down house with history of a man's wife and child burning alive, which is assumed to be foul play, because he moved in with another woman just the night after the incident. So yeah, all in all, I would not recommend living in Morthal. Next up is Falkreath. There is not much to say about this quiet little town, but I will say it gets a lot more hate than it should. Falkreath is in a nice forestry environment full of wildlife. Not to mention it has the best location for the Hearthfire DLC player made home Lakeview Manor. Overall, it is a nice and quiet place to live should you choose to live here. This one gets a yes from me, the true High King of Skyrim. Next up is Dawnstar. I have mixed feelings about this hold. Dawnstar is home to rich mines and their own harbor. Yes, it is a cold environment. However, true, Nords embrace the cold in their hearts. Anyways, a reason to not live here is the high rate of dragon attacks that occur regularly. Why dragons would target Dawnstar and not Solitude is beyond me, but I digress. Another reason to not live here is Dawnstar is the home of the Dark Brotherhood, an evil faction that murders innocent people for coin. Truly heartbreaking. I would only recommend living here if you like thrilling experiences with a chance of death. Next up is Rifton. Where do I begin with this filthy, volatile, wretched hold? Rifton is one of those places you go to for one thing and one thing only: to join the Thieves Guild. I mean, seriously, what else are you going to Rifton for, besides crawling through the Ratway every time you get a new quest here? I find it hard to believe that some people actually live here, and it's not turned into a bandit camp yet. Not much else to say about Rifton. Oh yeah, you also have to pay a fee when you enter, and the people that live here are not nice people. Anyways, moving on to Markarth. I almost didn't include Markarth because, let's be honest, who is visiting Markarth regularly? The streets infested with Forsworn. Oh, but Ulfric, the great Dwemer, built this city. Oh yes, very nice, but then what happened to the Dwemer? Oh yeah, that's right. They all disappeared and the Reachmen took over. What a pity I must move on now, even thinking about Markarth hurts my brain. Next up is Winterhold. Ah yes, Winterhold, the home to many mages. I am surprised anyone stayed around after the great collapse of the city. But I guess people adore magic too much to not leave. Anyways, we all know the Thalmor are just using the college as a stronghold for their upcoming attack to Skyrim. Anyways, the college is fun for a bit, then gets boring when you can't learn anymore from it. Defeating Ancano has to be the best ending to the questline, because he was definitely a higher up in the Thalmor business. I would not recommend living here, because everyone here has gone mad. Next up is everybody's overrated city of Whiterun. Due to its central location, Whiterun serves as the commercial heart of Skyrim. The city is rich in markets and inns. There is a little bit of everything in Whiterun. Then there's the Imperial dog Balgruuf, who is the city's Jarl. We all know he's on the side of the Imperials, even though he claims to be neutral. Dragon's Reach was built to capture a dragon, which is cool, I guess. Not much else to say about Whiterun. It's just another old city that everyone over-fantasizes about. Ah, the time has come to discuss Solitude, the home of the Imperial dogs of the Empire. I will admit the city itself is a grand place, the city full of life and character. However, it is still an Imperial factory. The one good thing about Solitude is my great love, Elisif the Fair. I am the true High King now, and should be sitting in the Blue Palace with her beauty by my side. However, due to this war, I cannot. Once the Empire is defeated, we will be together at last, to return Skyrim to its true Nord self. I almost want to recommend this city as a place to live. but only after we take it over as Stormcloak. That way you aren't harassed for being annoyed by the Imperials every day. Last but certainly no, where near least is Windhelm. This city is the oldest city in Skyrim, and is still standing today because the Stormcloaks have preserved it. One thing I will say is that the streets have a bit of a Dunmer problem, but we keep them in check. We make sure they don't do anything behind our backs that would expose us to the Imperials, or even worse, the Thalmor. And who says Nords don't like diversity? We have Argonians that live on the docks as well. Windhelm has plenty of diverse races and people, and is definitely the best place to live if you believe in fairness and freedom. That is going to do it for today's council. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you at the next gathering. Goodbye for now, brothers.